Welcome to PWCI this week. I'm Matt Conservative Crime Fighter and back at ACW in Milwaukee, part of the Midwest Gaming Classic. Wow, that's... number of people say that, but we'll give this guy a chance to show why he's head and shoulders above everybody else. But good grief, the fanny pack and tiger pants, I guess. Milwaukee, Wisconsin, at the Wisconsin Center back in early November, and be back in April. Can't wait. Hopefully I'll feel a lot better by then.
Ethan Matthews' opponent hails from Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Please welcome Oshkosh's favorite son, Nick Colucci.
And the opposition, Nick Colucci, actually wrestled one match in Central Illinois. Riding down with Hornswoggle to 0-1 a couple of years ago, but here he comes. An interesting little tidbit. Nick Colucci actually owned the ring that he's going to wrestle in for this match. Sold it off, but he let's spend more time in central Wisconsin instead of the southern portion. So he's all too familiar with this ring, but this is not the usual ring he wrestles in. The former owner, but was able to get it rented for this particular event. And so here we go, one-on-one action. And bit of news to report, we will have highlights from the press conference last week.
So you're still playing for life? Okay.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, brother. What are you talking about? I'm not sure what you're wearing, that's the problem. Fine garments.
Okay, whatever. What this guy's babbling about. Anyway, we'll have highlights from the press conference at the Abraham Lincoln Doubletree Hotel. That went down last Wednesday. Jeff Jarrett. And a surprise appearance. Got like a 1-2 day notice that Jeff Jarrett was coming to Springfield, Illinois as one of the owners of the new owners of the Springfield Sliders baseball team. So we'll have some comments from Jeff Jarrett at the press conference, and referee has rang the bell 3 times. Matthews getting a little frustrated. The referee keeps ringing the bell, and Nick Colucci declaring himself the winner, but here we go, calling a double tie-up, and by the way, the first time the bell rings, that's the official start time of this match. Matthews working the arm of one. Well, reversal. Colucci. Side headlock on Ethan Matthews.
Yeah.
So we are now in the month of December. Shoots him off. Shoulder block. Pittsburgh Wrestling Association this Saturday in Springfield at the 8th Street Gym, and chops Ethan Matthews down. Nick Colucci. The year 2021 winding down. Missouri Wrestling Alliance at East Cairn-Dellet. Correction! That would be Southern Illinois Championship Wrestling in East Cairn-Dellet at the Community Center. Mid-Missouri Wrestling Alliance will be running South Florida Select Club in St. Louis. Colucci slingshots Ethan Matthews in. And Ethan Matthews backs up, but Colucci hesitates and gets kicked in the gut, and there's an atomic drop. And that chop, and down goes Ethan Matthews. Start Pro Wrestling in Carterville, Illinois. On the 11th, splash in the corner, Nick Colucci off the ropes, drop kick to the head on Ethan Matthews. Goes for the cover. 1, 2 count. Louisville, Illinois. IWA Unlimited will be doing a Friday show at 103 Oak Street. It's a Friday night event in Noble. Nick Colucci to the middle rope, setting up. Knee strike to the head of Ethan Matthews, and then knock him down, but
That's going to be great.
Nick Colucci calls the referee over.
You gotta be kidding me.
Nick Colucci grabbing the knee, and apparently he landed wrong after delivering that knee strike off the middle rope.
How are you guys cheering for him now? The boy is down.
Referee did not throw up the X. He is giving him a standing, well, he's giving him a 10 count to get up. And that is it, and he finally does throw up the X, and this is going to be a knockout officially for Ethan Matthews. And
Due to an injury, Nick Colucci unable to continue the winner of this match. Marvelous Ethan Matthews.
so Ethan Matthews wins by knockout in 4 minutes, 15 seconds. You know,
It's these shoulders, they're so big and strong. His weak little knees couldn't handle it, baby.
whatever. Anyway, unfortunate for Nick Colucci. You know, that does happen at times. Now, I did inquire as to his if he's had past problems with his knee. There's Hornswoggle checking on his man, his colleague. But Colucci hasn't had any previous knee injuries, so this just landed wrong, tweaked his knee, and could not finish the match. So unfortunate, but it happens sometimes. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to take a look at the weekend schedule, then a news brief. As promised, the Springfield Sliders have a new ownership team, including a WWE Hall of Famer. So let's go to that press conference and hear from Jeff Jarrett.
What in the world is a professional wrestler doing in minor league baseball? And so just to give you a quick background, I come from I'm a third generation promoter. In 1946, my grandmother, Christine Jarrett, got into the professional wrestling business. She did everything. She didn't wrestle. She did everything but wrestle. And she was a promoter. Literally, her first job was selling tickets, and then worked her way all the way up. And my father, as a young kid, he hung around dressing rooms and box offices and events and promotions. And he became a wrestler, but first he promoted. He promoted wrestling events in Middle America, just like we're here today. And then I've been blessed enough. I can't tell you how excited I am to have this opportunity, because it brings me back to my roots. Long before the WrestleManias of the world and the big events at Texas Stadium or in Orlando or LA or Las Vegas, professional wrestling is really about coming into a community and promoting, partnering with nonprofits, partnering with Civitan clubs, partnering, just like Jamie said, with the community. And that's the thing, when Jamie ran this by me, and it's funny that Tim said he did research and did more research and did more research and did more research. Folks, I did zero research. But here's what I did do. The first time, and it's almost like we got a little Bible fair, that easy was enough. When I met Jamie in Vegas, that's the thing. We hit it off because I think there's an innate promoter in him and myself and a vibe. And I think servant leadership is the thing that comes to my mind, that we know that at the end of the day, the community is the straw that stirs the drink. It's really just that simple. So
Throughout your career, you've always been kind of a mainstay of Tennessee. What lured you to Springfield, Illinois, instead of, let's say, a team in the Mid-South?
You know what? I'm glad you asked that. The question is, if you didn't hear, what lured me to Springfield, Illinois? As the questions have sort of gone around the room, the one word that keeps coming to my mind is something that I've got 2 international projects going on. I'm working with a gaming company. I've got a wife and 5 kids. That's a full-time job. But the one thing that really, look, we can be buddies from afar, and that's fine. But when Jamie sort of rolled out, not just the ownership and everything, but there's one word that comes to my mind that I challenge the gentleman back there that to really take this to heart, and the coaches in the room absolutely know where this is coming from. And it's culture from the ground up. I have absolutely nothing to do with what I said about balls and strikes, that what happens on the field. But if you want to draw an analogy to my world, we get the best of both worlds. We're going to have amateur wrestling or / amateur baseball on the field, but we're going to have professional wrestling between innings, and I'm not saying we're going to be throwing punches and taking chairs and breaking tables, but the gentleman that made the analogy to the span of bananas and making bacon, if you look at the video of those games, there's one thing consistent in everything. It's a packed house. And that brings energy, it brings excitement, and if your team is down 13-0 and you've got a full arena or a full stadium, I can assure you that it is a lot more fun. But winning breeds winning, and it all starts from the top. And the culture that he has set is what lured me. Like I said.
Okay, from Avalon Road, this is Joey Chet Avalon.
Jeff Jarrett, in his own words, we're going to have more from the press conference here on the program next week. Certainly, this story will make the top 10 news stories of the year when we do the end-of-year review show in just a few weeks. You know, I do recall 15 years ago that D'Lo Brown attempted to do something similar with arena football, and that did not pan out. That is still relatively fresh in my mind, since it's kind of a similar thing, but hopefully, you know, baseball's a different animal from arena football, and the league is well established. Plus, there's going to be more people involved in the ownership team than, say, the Springfield Stallions so many years ago. Joey Avalon back here on PWCI this week. Him and Sierra who are a couple. Oh, good grief. Swinging that shovel all over the place, and I'm afraid he's going to lose his grip, and that's going to go flying in the crowd, and someone's going to get injured. That just scares me. And yes, he said, don't jinx me, but ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And who is he out to bury anyway?
He's back.
Well, we saw Preston Palmer last week. He did not fare. He went down to defeat to your boy Roy, and I don't like his chances against Joey Avalon. So he's back for the nightcap. This guy's got more guts than brains. That's insane. No ring gear again.
Get some tights in the boots.
As I stated, Joey Avalon going on tour with Sierra. They like to be brought in as a package deal.
Where's your ring gear?
Anywhere in the Midwest in 2022. So. Joey's got the shovel. Now, if he hits him with it, he's going to get disqualified. Oh, golly, jeez.
He just did.
Avalon going after Preston Palmer, and grabs a hold of him.
You good?
What do you do? Give him a noogie? And an apron.
Nicely done. Nicely done.
Now Joey Avalon gonna take this kid. Oh boy, this is not good. Chop to the chest. And Palmer should just went running into a crowd where he could just conceal himself instead of face Joey Avalon, and this is going to be going from bad to worse, and dropped on the apron. Joey the Jet shoves him in. Palmer is just not having a good time here at the gaming convention. Bell is wrong. We are underway.
Your head in a box and mail it to your dad. You don't know what that is? I will find it on the black web. Dark web? I think it's dark web. You just keep doing dumb things. You just keep doing dumb things. You know I'm gonna punch you, right? Oh! God damn, dude. It's just dumb stuff over and over and over.
Well, shouldn't have signed the contract to face him in this match. That's the first dumb thing he's done. Oh! Palm with an elbow.
You keep doing dumb things. I don't
Fireman's carried by Joey Avalon. He's got Palmer. Throws him. Oh, he landed on his feet. Kick to the gut. Knee to the head. Joey swinging a miss. Super kick. Down goes Palmer. And Joey going for the cover. Well, nonchalant cover, and he got out.
Just stay down. That was another dumb thing.
Kicking out was probably a dumb thing for him to do. He should have just accepted the loss, but now he's going to take a beating, and Joey on the apron. Oh! Telegraphed. Joey the Jet telegraphed that, and Palmer just knocked him off the apron. Southland Championship Wrestling on December 18th in Chevenix, Illinois at the Civic Center, 180 West 1st South Street. It's the only thing happening on third weekend of December. Well, I did say earlier, Ministry Pro is not going to have its first show in Havana, so that's been canceled. And Palmer dodges that chop.
Oh, he did a smart thing. He did another smart thing.
Into the post. Well, Palmer does a few smart things in a row. Joey Avalon in trouble now. Choke on the middle rope. Palmer is mismatched here. That is a definite. Palmer being arrogant about how. Oh, look at this. Choke on the rope again. Good grief. Preston Palmer using dirty tactics. Well, he kind of has to. He's got no choice in the matter. Joey Avalon is a rough customer for anybody. And Avalon, Irish whip reversal. Palmer, side elbow. Another smart thing he did. Interesting. Preston Palmer, kick to the back. One count. Well, this is the last group of shows happening in pretty much the last busy weekend in December. Missouri Wrestling Alliance in St. Louis at South Broadway Athletic Club on 11th. Pinfall Wrestling Association in Springfield at the 8th Street Gym. SICW in East Carindale at the Community Center. And IWA Unlimited in Noble, Illinois at 103 Oak Street. He drops by Preston Palmer. Cover 2. Palmer arguing with the ref and goes to a chokehold on Joey Avalon. Come on. Go up to the back. You know, I was trying to figure out what are the top 10 stories of the year, and obviously this Springfield Sliders is going to be on the list. You know, this year winds down as Avalon just pounding the snot out of Preston Palmer. Oh, wow, he kicked him in the knee. Taking those repeated shots, I'm surprised that Palmer took him down with a kick to the knee, but you know, the last month of the year is the slowest month in terms of news, but the last few years has been surprise news at the last minute to make the top 10 news stories of the year. And boy, I've got to figure out what I'm going to put on that countdown. Obviously, COVID is still a factor, still looming large, but as for the rest of the list, kind of unsure, and I'm going to have to do some research, and but there will be a top 10 news stories list, even if it's, you know, some things just aren't as big a news as others. And Palmer taken down by Joey Avalon. Backbreaker. Armbar. Russian leg sweep, and Palmer is down. By the way, the invite has been given out to the Capital City baseball team, to the ownership, to check out football wrestling, as Billy Alexander led the press conference questioning, wanting to basically declare that he wants to football wrestling to continue the partnership with Springfield baseball. And there's a kick to the face. Pick up, Spine Buster. Well, that's another smart thing he did. Big surprise, only a 2 count. Joey Avalon, just too much power there. I mean, this would be a major upset if Preston Palmer somehow wins this matchup, especially after losing to someone more his size. And by the way, no, it's not going to be called the Springfield Slapnuts. Sorry. The new baseball team. Palmer has the shovel. Palmer has the shovel. Blocked. Kick. Now, if Avalon uses that, he's going to be disqualified, and Palmer nails him in the head. Oh! Crouched him with the handle of the shovel. Avalon off the ropes, running drop kick to the face. Cover, 2, 3, over. Referee did not see the shot where the handle went in between the uprights of Preston Palmer, but Palmer shouldn't have pulled the doggone shovel out. I mean, yeah, Joey Avalon brought it to the ring, but good gosh.
Just guarding it.
All right, look out. All right, that'll do it for this edition of PWCI This Week. I'm Matt Colucci. We'll see you next time.